Okay, here we're going to talk about the volume of a cone. Okay, it's very similar to the formula for the volume of a pyramid in that it is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. But since all cones have a base that's a circle, instead of using capital B, we just put in the formula what the area of a circle is. Okay, so it's 1/3 pi r squared, that's the area of a circle, times the height. This is the formula that you will use anytime they ask you to find the volume of a cone. Okay, so make sure you get that in your notes if it's not there already. So then when we go to find the volume of a cone, as we look at the formula, you'll just want to make sure, once again, like any other volume, that you have the parts you need. And the parts we need are the radius and the height. Now, the radius is the distance from the center to the edge of the circle, which they gave us here. So our radius is 7. You want to be careful because sometimes they do give you the diameter and you have to cut it in half. But this time they gave us the radius. And here's our height. The height, again, is the distance from that circle base to the top of the cone. So really all we have to do here, no extra work, we just have to plug the values in and make sure we calculate correctly. Okay, so again, our radius was 7, so we have 1/3 pi times 7 squared times our height, which was 25. That gives me 1/3 times pi times 7 is 49 times 25. And the way I would suggest calculating this is to multiply these numbers together. So multiply pi, which is about 3.14, but if you have the pi button on your calculator, use the pi button on your calculator. So pi times 49 times 25, and then to do the 1/3, just do divided by 3. So multiply these and then divide by 3, and when we do, we got 1,282.8, and that would be in cubic feet. Okay, find the volume of this cone to the nearest cubic meter. Now this cone looks oblong, but they intended for it to be a circle. Okay, and here they have given us what we need. Let's make sure we have everything. We need to have pi, which is we've got on our calculator. We need the radius and we need the height. Volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, well, do we have the radius? Well, the radius is the distance from the center to the edge of a circle, and notice they gave us the distance all the way across. So what we're going to do is take that and divide it in half so that we know instead of all the way across, how far it is just halfway across the circle. So 12 divided by 2 gives us 6. So our radius then is 6. Do we know the height? Yes, this is the height, the distance from the circle base up to the point at the top of our cone. So our height is 5. Now all we have to do is go and put those into our formula for volume and we're done. Okay, so we have 1/3 pi times the radius, which was 6 squared, times the height, which was 5. 1/3 pi times 6 is 36 times 5. Again, my suggestion would be to multiply the last 3 numbers and then divide by 3 to do your 1/3. Pi times 36 times 5, and then divide by 3. And when I do, I get a volume of 188.5 approximately. It was 0.49. I'm going to go ahead and round because it wants it to the nearest tenth of a meter. And I get that is in cubic meters since it's volume.